Play again. Oh, was it just the right one?
Yeah, just do the left note.
You just turned on one side.
Right. Right. Ready? We all ready?
Let's go.
You then back up for when I play.
Oh yeah.
From back up to 0.
I gotta remember it's this side of the f***ing bar. Not either side of the f***ing bar. Hey! So today we're going to take you on the journey from when Magic was first written right the way through to the version that's going to be released on 25th of
25th of June.
25th of
Friday,
June.
25th of
Friday.
25th
It is a
June.
Friday.
New Music Friday. It has come a long way and it's gone through different versions. I mean, at one point we were going to turn it into a complete indie rock song, which you're going to hear later with just acoustics and stuff. But yeah, there's so many different versions. Like this is just one example. This is the first thing we ever recorded into Logic, and it is just basically this riff on loop. It goes on for ages. It's been a real journey, and we wanted to kind of show everybody the journey itself because we always record everything we do, every step. I mean, we started writing in May 2017, like 4 years ago. I mean, do you remember how I started?
Yeah, well, basically you'd come over my house, you two, to record a completely different song. I think we were doing an EP at the time and we were just demoing some songs for the EP. And it was literally as you got there, I think. I was playing just some random riff on my acoustic, sat on my bed.
I remember when I first walked in and I heard the riff and I was hooked straight away. And you didn't really see it as a song or anything at that point, did you?
No, you both immediately kind of hooked onto it. Like it was just a little warm-up riff that I was playing, and I wasn't intending on doing anything with it.
We loved it. We thought it was amazing. We had to make this song.
Basically, we dropped the song that we were recording at the time.
Yeah.
And
just started a new Logic session, and I basically just laid down the riff. And put a little drum beat over it, and that was just the initial demo.
And then we started learning it live, and then just absolutely fell in love with it, didn't we?
But we've got the very, very first demo version of Magic here, which we recorded basically 5 minutes after the guys heard me play the riff for the first time.
Yeah.
So let's have a listen to this.
to be fair, I thought it was going to be the next record, which is quite funny considering it was 4 years down the line. When we write, we sort of write on Logic, which is quite weird, and you know a lot of people will say that that's not really the way that they do it. But every time we have an idea, the first thing we tend to do is like, where can we see this going? How can this be a song? This, what you hear right now, is the very, very first version that we logged in to Logic. It doesn't have a verse, doesn't have a chorus, doesn't have any structure.
Do you remember what we were listening to as a reference when we were working on this song?
No.
In Excess.
No, that's true.
Excess,
I remember it was in Excess because the guitar part was very like new sensation-y driven.
Yeah. If we play the next version, that's very In Excess.
Yeah, absolutely.
More 80s and 80s, as we say.
Yeah, that was our tagline for a while. Yeah, I mean, we just loved the reverb. I think there's one version where it has like really stupidly reverby drums as well, and it's
very 80s sounding.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, the next evolution of the song was the version was this the version we played live? The next one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is the one, after we'd kind of used In Excess as a reference, we went in the more 80s direction. Which you can definitely hear in these guitar parts now on the drums.
that's crazy.
Love that so much.
I think this song is mainly built around the feeling that first riff gives you. I mean, like that's as it started with the riff. I think we sort of ended it with the riff as well. Not in just the sense that we literally ended the song with the riff, but I mean like the whole. It was.
You want to keep that in people's heads, don't you? That riff. We achieved that definitely.
It was the starting point and the ending point of our reference for the song. I mean, like the whole mood board was built around the riff. You can hear it still prevalent here. I think percussion was always going to be important in this song as well. And to be fair, I don't think the full potential of percussion was achieved until the version that's been released, to be honest.
Yeah, these drums sound awful.
And to be fair, we're not throwing Shay under the bus there. These are literally MIDI drums.
I done my own little licks in it, didn't I, for the live? So
Yeah.
I had my own little things going on. Like UK
Okay.
always make a song and I'll just jump on and do my own thing when I for live, essentially.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah. I think that's very much part of the writing
that's
process.
Part of the process,
for us.
isn't it? Yeah.
Me and Lewis tend to just like work out where this is gonna go. I mean, like you can see there's a song there in this version. I think you can see it loosely related to the version that's been released, and of course you see it closely connected to the riff that started it all off. But I mean, like after this, we sort of went down this. I think we have 28 versions of this song. I mean, like we've lost 13 of them somewhere. They're in a hard drive out there somewhere, and if you can find them, then let me know. But I mean, honestly, they've evolved so much, and we went down a complete rabbit hole of I think every creative's process is like, after a while you start to reject your own ideas and you start to think, could this be different? Could this be better?
Yeah.
Is there a different way this could be voiced? And we were, as I said, we were an indie band at the time, and this was meant to be our follow-up single. So we sort of thought, what can we do to make this fit in with what we're doing better? The Smiths was like a huge inspiration to us. The Stone Roses, Ian Brown, Morrissey. I mean, they're hugely influential, and I think you really hear that in this, and it's quite cool because I love this part. You might hear this in like a song of ours.
This is so like out there, innit? Like with what we've done, it's like it's completely different, innit? It's amazing.
And then there comes the
I absolutely love this.
there comes the jangly acoustics of the Smiths. I mean, still, I think this is going to be one of the surviving demos, because I think we're going to use a lot of this to structure our live acoustic sessions with. So that's going to be quite a cool idea, and it'll be fun to rework.
It's interesting to see how much it changed.
You've gone away from the NXS vibe back to the Smiths.
So it's like completely different, isn't it? Like,
We worked on this for a year and ended up at this point, which is just completely different from where we began. But then we kind of brought it back around.
As I was saying before, we constantly record all of our ideas on Logic, so we have like 400 songs on this. So whenever we are like writing new material, or we get like a really good song that we're into, we can dive back into the archive and find like 10 other songs that we bring back alive, and I think that's amazing. Quite interesting that the solo, I think the solo stayed the exact same from the time we recorded it in Swansea. So after the little dip out of genre, we were in contact with Roy Strike from Scout for Girls, and we were sending him over all of our demos, and there was a song, Love's Illusion, which he said, this is where I think you guys should be going. So one of the things that we done was gather all of our demos. They were like Love's Illusion, as I said, we dipped back into the archive, and we found Magic to be similar to one of them. We played it to Roy, and it was the song we worked on immediately. I think he hooked onto the hook the same that I did, the same that Shay did. I think when we went to him, we knew that it was gonna change. I think we all felt that it needed something. We were lost with the song. I think we pushed it to its final version.
We couldn't find our sound, could we? That was the main
thing.
issue, really.
We were 24 versions in and just chasing our tail, not knowing what to do.
We just couldn't find our one.
And I think it was a sign of the times, to be honest. I think that was happening with a lot of our demos at the time. I think that big archive that I was mentioning was not always a good thing. I mean, we were bouncing around so many genres. We had so many different ideas. We were sort of bombarded with them all, and we were in a place where we didn't really know how to pick the good, how to pick the bad. I think that's something we learned, especially through working with Roy. How to find the earworm in your songs. We reworked the second version that you heard. We went back from that Smith sound, and we decided that we needed some sort of direction, because we knew it was one of our better demos. We knew it was one of the best things we'd done. So we went to see Roy, and this is what we played him. we played this demo live.
Keep shut this nuisance, I can't leave them now. Oh, just keep them close, my conflicted head goes. I must keep you alone, keep you for my own.
The stress in the verses here are the praise now of the new version.
In hindsight, the verses in this version do actually feel like pre-choruses.
Yeah, it's
They don't
crazy.
feel like verses, do they?
Yeah, it's
No,
so
no.
different now.
It's a
isn't
bit
it?
weird to have it
It's
as
so
the verse.
yeah, completely. Yeah,
But that's something we couldn't realise at the time until it was pointed out to us.
yeah, exactly.
And it's quite funny from a songwriter, like a lyricist's perspective, that this chorus is literally the same sentence just over and over and over again. Again, of course, the solo.
Yeah.
We were a bit worried as well, like there's not many solos going on in pop music or like indie music at the minute.
It's a bold move.
We didn't really know what to do with the bridge either. I mean, like the bass slaps and stuff didn't really suit the genre.
It was
but
cool
we-
live though, wasn't it? It was good
Yeah,
fun.
we felt it was like almost like a gimmick after
Yeah.
a while. That fill though, that was something that we
Definitely will keep going.
yeah, we kept that one.
And that wasn't a tape slowdown effect, you actually sang it like that.
Yeah, I did, yeah. We played that song live so many times before we even thought about recording it.
Yeah.
So I think we played every single version we showed you now, apart from that really Smithsy one.
Yeah.
For a lot of our shows, we did stick to that one. But I mean, I'm so excited because obviously COVID hit and stuff. We haven't had a chance to play the current version to anybody.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be so exciting, especially because it's a lot more
It's
dancey now.
It's still so fun to play. It still feels the same. It doesn't
Oh
feel,
yeah,
it doesn't feel different, does it?
it's the exact same song, and I think
Yeah.
that was like the whole purpose of this. I mean, next year we'll release something we wrote in like 2013 or something. We'll have to come back around again and revisit it all.
Yeah.
We do work on songs for a long time. I've
But that's
noticed.
good though, isn't it?
It's a blessing and a curse. 'cause
blessing,
we,
yeah.
we do tend to overthink things
Yeah.
sometimes and go too far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think we're lucky because when we were first finding this sound, we had a bunch of ideas that
Yeah.
stay relevant to today, even in like our songwriting. Like because we've progressed so much in the last 4 years in terms of how we write songs, how we record songs, and I think we're so efficient now that we don't need to do the 30 takes to find what we love with it. Like after the first take,
Yeah, we sort of know where we are now, don't we?
yeah, after the first time we've hit into Logic, we know where the song's going. We know
Yeah.
the best parts. And Lewis is phenomenal in recording us and producing
Yeah.
us, and we're really fortunate in the fact that we can do a lot of things in house before we go to get it produced fully to be released commercially.
Yeah.
We've got a good system of working on songs now. It doesn't take as long as it used to.
No, definitely not.
No, I know it doesn't cause as many arguments to used to either. I mean, when we first started writing songs, we'd be
But we have to go through that stage to get where we are now, don't we?
Yeah.
'Cause, like, you know, we have to be harsh on each other. Otherwise, we wouldn't improve.
But we
So,
know how to work
We
together.
know how to work together now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and we know how to
amazing.
criticize each other as well. Like I remember the
Exactly.
first time I recorded vocals, it just wasn't going right, and you know I'm always open with stuff like that. And sometimes things just don't go right. And Lewis, I remember, it's etched in my mind forever. I turn around and he's just face down, laying on the floor with his coat on over his head, just face down. And I was like, oh shit, this has gone worse than I thought it had. but I mean, like it's funny to look back on those times now where like we just literally we're so open with each other and we don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the best way to be, innit? We need to be, you know, real with each other, like. And
Yeah,
and
we've broken those barriers.
Yeah,
of-
100%.
yeah.
Not-
Since we started, like we'd spend so long, like any opportunity we can get, we'd spend it like writing or recording. Like if instead of going for a night out together, we just write an EP.
that Smith's version we recorded in
That
my
was in-
kitchen.
that was
Yeah,
his
yeah.
kitchen, yeah.
We'd take over his house. His housemates would have parties and stuff, and we'd just be in the bedroom recording, or we'd be in the kitchen recording wherever everybody isn't. And it's like it was amazing. Sometimes we'd get the house to ourselves, and I think that's what sort of took our songwriting to the next level, because we'd write so much. I remember we'd top and tail the entire week away. I mean, just to write and record songs whenever we could. As soon as uni would break, I'd basically move in.
So yeah, I'd pop over now and again when I catch you guys ending a song or, you know, finishing a
Shay
song,
would always-
a demo.
Shay would always be
Yeah.
the real trooper and turn up
Yeah.
and just sleep on the sofa.
Yeah.
I think that really helped our songwriting because we'd spend so much time with each other that we had to be honest with each other. Otherwise, it was emotionally exhausting.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because we were quickly realizing that if we were chasing the wrong thing, that it would be exhausting trying to convince the other person.
Yeah, we'd have to all come together and mean, like, we love this. And
But we did come together and we would make something terrible together. And we both realised it was terrible.
Yeah.
And just scrap it. And then we'd make something good together, and we'd be on the same page.
We both realised what's good.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I love it, boys, just do it. And then you'd be like, oh no.
The good and the bad.
boys.
Shay would
loves
be
everything.
Shay would always cheer us on.
I just love everything you do, like.
No, but some of the things we came up with over those years were insane. Like, how did we even come up with magic? I think we do owe a lot to Roy and Alex, especially in the final version. I mean, the percussion, the mix, the master, they were so professional. Roy was an amazing songwriter. Alex's production is just absolutely phenomenal, and Roy, his songwriting is out there for everyone to see. I mean, to branch the relationship onto one where we collaborated was amazing. I mean, we ended up doing 3 songs with him as well. It was so hard trying to pick the first single to release to show to everybody. Yeah. I think the reason why we chose Magic in the end was because it was that infectious pop edge
and it was that initial one Roy liked, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it felt right. It felt like the first song that people should hear. It felt like the first song that the we work on with Roy should be the lead single. I mean, it gave us our sound. We followed the blueprint religiously. I think it would be any other song to release first would be a mistake.
Wouldn't be right, would it? Wouldn't feel right.
So
it's a great debut single. I think it just hits in straight away, and it's what we're all about within the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, let's go. Let's listen to Magic. Instantly that bass with that hook. Amazing.
Just elevates it to another level.
Literally like this. Straight up there.
Just took what we did, sent it to another planet.
100%.
I mean, again, the percussion there. And of course, this full verse was written with Roy. I remember us bouncing around the ideas for lyrics for ages with this, and some of the outtakes are hilarious. And then here comes the verse from the first version, of course. And obviously sits much better as a pre. Despite my head telling me go, 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 I can feel your magic. I can feel your magic. I can feel your magic inside of me now. I can feel your magic. I can feel your magic. I can feel your magic inside of me.
Yeah, these verses really came alive, didn't they? Like,
yeah, I think
made a massive difference, I reckon.
Yeah, the verses were the first thing that we sort of decided with Roy and Alex. That was the
it made it a song, didn't it?
Yeah, that was what was going to create it into the song and take it away from just that initial hook that we had. It was going to that's what made it the song. Pre 2 is obviously verse 1 of the first version, which is quite strange.
Yeah, we swapped around.
Yeah, we also
you
swapped
get a bit
around.
confused then you sometimes.
This production suits the song so much better.
It's
the
unbelievable.
80s vibe that we were heading for.
Yeah, it's so more modern now, isn't it? It's such a modern. It's a modern pop banger, literally. Literally, isn't it? It is a modern pop banger. Like.
And
the solo made the cut.
Yeah, 100%.
I still can't believe it. We literally put solo in everything.
This version of the solo is literally, you can't beat it. You know? Literally, Lewis was literally like there, just giving it all. You were probably going for it, like, wouldn't you?
It's kind of after.
Yeah. You have to, yeah, definitely. The breakdown bit as well, just immense. Yeah.
So much cooler.
Obviously, the fill comes in by you now.
Because we
Shade's big moment.
Yeah, we were recording loads.
Oh, amazing. Every time I hear it, I'm like, that's class.
Obviously, a lot of the percussion was done in the production element of stuff with Alex, so you can really hear Shay come alive in this part with his drums.
I'll start ending with it as well. Is that a single version or is that?
No, this is the actual EP version.
EP version, yeah.
Yeah. We're working towards it being a full EP.
Yeah.
We're going to release the tracks separately and then compile them into an EP at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. We've got a full year planned, and Magic is out. It's yours, and
Enjoy.
Watch the video, stream the song.
yeah, I mean the video. That's
25th of June, Friday.
Watch the video, stream the songs, hit us up
Enjoy
on all
it.
our socials, show us some love, and we'll show you some love. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was one of the worst things I ever had in my life.